I want to talk, I guess, about let's get into some of the nutritional aspects of what we do during the season. So our nutritionist, Monica Fowler, she does a wonderful job, her and her staff of interns and GAs, and they are always in our facility. So 2 years ago, I had a revamp of the weight room and built in an actual nutrition bar. As you can see on the bottom left, our guys sitting in there, that's during the post workout. That was put in there to, I wanted guys to see the importance of nutrition. And so I wanted to have something there in the weight room for each individual to get their nutritional needs in pre and post workout. You know, one of the things that we talk about with our guys is taking away the idea of how nutrition looks, putting it more so as a fuel than nutrition. So fueling meaning you don't have to eat breakfast as is bacon, eggs, toast, you know what I'm saying? You can have anything you need. And for one of the things that I found over the course of my time here working with these guys is that a lot of these basketball players, especially the ones that we get, they're very picky eaters. So fueling everybody the same way, you know, that's not how it's not going to look the same for every single individual. You know, I have a guy who only would eat toast when he first got here. So, you know, I mean, it's trying to get these guys to eat sometimes can be a headache. So I've just looked at it as fuel as opposed to meals. So, you know, I talk to the guys daily about how they need to properly hydrate, how they need to eat every 2, 3 to 4 hours, and what they need to eat pre and post practice and post workouts. And in our nutritional bar, we have one in the weight room, and then we also have another that is in the locker room as well that was just built. So food is not, you can't use that as an excuse on why you're not gaining weight or why you're not staying hydrated, why you're not properly fueled come game time or come practice time throughout the day. For our pre-workout, I have the guys they walk in the weight room, and you start in the nutrition bar, and then you finish in the nutrition bar as well. So for our pre-workout, we'll have different bars, chews, or some type of fruit for the guys. And I always have them pick 2 of the 3. And each guy will have their own individual fueling options. So we have a computer that's in there. So if myself isn't in the nutrition bar with them, or my assistant, or anyone from the nutritional staff, there's a computer in there, and it has each guy's profile. It has their needs, what they are trying to do, whether they're trying to gain, whether they need to lose, or if they're just needing to maintain their weight. So they can click on their profile, and you'll see what they need before the workout. After they go in, get their workout in, they'll come back to the nutritional bar, and then either myself or somebody from the nutritional staff will have ready-made shakes for each individual. And again, those shakes will be catered toward the guys' needs and what we put in there. We do have the Gatorade shakes, but we'll use normally the protein powder, put some type of fruit in there. We'll use chia seeds and collagen as well that we put into these shakes. And those have actually been a big hit. The guys really love drinking those shakes post workout. And sometimes, you know, it's cool to see those guys sitting in the nutrition bar and just kind of hanging out. And normally I'll have them, they love getting back to there because that's where I have the guys put their phones. So they're not having their phones out when they work out. So, and you know how these college athletes are, they are going to have their phones. So they will make sure that they walk into that nutritional lab before they leave to go back to the locker room. For pre-practice fuel, something that we do is for our guys who are very high risk of cramping, we'll give those guys a right stuff. We have what we call beet juice shooters for the guys. We'll give the guys chews, fruit, or if a guy needs, we'll have bars, and we'll have all of that set up kind of it's on a counter which leads right out to the practice facility. So they can just grab it and go and hit practice. And once practice is over, we'll either have shakes for the guys. Normally it's a smaller shake because we have a catered snack after practice. So that's been really good for the guys. You know, after a long practice, they go right over to their dorm and have their meal. Our training table has actually been pushed to the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So our guys can go down, and our training table is actually in their dorm. So all they have to do, get up, they'll go downstairs. The chef will have like ready-made snacks for the guys if they need before they go to class. And then from the hours of 10 to 2 is when our training table meal will be. They'll have different options, and our nutritionist or someone from her staff will be there with the guys during that time from 10 to 2 and help them on their nutritional goals, whether they're eating. So that's actually been really good for us to have it during that time. I know a lot of sports will have their training tables in the evenings, but it's actually helped our guys because they can order and go to class, come back, pick it up in that process. So during our games, just like our pre-practice, our pre-game is the same with the beet juice, the right stuff, and the Gatorade chews. During halftime, you know, we're making sure, obviously, we're pumping hydration, getting the guys their fruits, getting guys some of the chews in as well. One of the biggest things that our guys have loved over the past couple of years has been the fruit. We have these little fruit cups, and they'll drink the pineapple juice out of them, eat the pineapples during halftime. That's actually been a big hit for our guys. Post competition, you know, we have the Gatorade ready-made shakes for the guys as soon as coach breaks them down, whether it's on the road, whether we are at home. We'll always have the Gatorade shakes for the guys as soon as they are done off the court for the game, and coach breaks them down. After that, normally we have our what you would call a fun meal. So our post-competition meal will be anything from the likes of pizza, or you know, we'll have on the road, we'll have some type of catered vendor come in and have guys with they can pick what they want to eat during that time. And so that's been great for us as well. And also when we travel, we actually have a snack bag for each individual. So each individual will come in at the beginning of the year. They'll pick their snacks that they like, and then we'll have a ready-made bag for those guys as soon as we get on the plane, as we take off, and they can have that bag throughout the whole trip. One of the things that we preach with our guys from a nutritional standpoint is these 5 things. And we feel like these 5 things, if you are getting these in daily, then you should not have a problem with your performance or fueling yourself or feeling better. Making sure that you're sleeping 7 to 9 hours. Now, we all know that is almost impossible when it comes to talking about these young athletes, but we try to make sure that they are getting their rest when possible, making sure that they are eating breakfast, making sure that they are getting something in their system every 2 to 3 hours, and just making sure that the guys are hydrating daily throughout the day. I'll make sure that I have a text conversation with the guys throughout the day, reminding them, are they drinking? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? To start off. And then, the idea is that they are getting it in on their own and taking more of a responsibility role with their fueling, with their hydrating, and not just drinking when they're thirsty. So that is very, 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 very important. And then obviously talking about our pre-workout fuel and post-workout fuel. Like I said, the guys start in the nutrition area and finish in the nutrition area. Next of importance during season, obviously, is recovery. We actually have our days that we have the day after a game that we have for recovery. During those days, we'll do a set time for the guys where we're hitting some hurdles. We'll have a foam roll series. We'll have a lacrosse ball series with the foot, ankles. We'll have, and the calves. We'll have a band stretch series, and then we'll go through a series of some different mobility stretches where we're working on our hip flexor. We're doing box performance stretches. We are using our TRX for our shoulder stretches, as well as our hips. I mean, there's a plethora of different things that we do, and that normally will last for a good 30 to 35 minutes. And coach is giving us that time the day after a game before they do film. So normally they'll come in around 11:30 or noon. Come in, get your recovery in. We do it as a team, and then we have post shakes for those guys. Take the shake, then they go right into their film room, and they start getting filmed in, getting chewed out on the mistakes that they made the day prior. But we also have travel bags for the guys. So the night in the hotel prior to and the morning of, each guy has their own individual travel bag that has a roller in it, that will have the Normatec leg sleeves in there. And so the guys, our athletic trainer, Jeff, he's done a wonderful job of helping to get those things in, as far as making sure nightly the guys have what they need before the game, the night before the game. So making sure that they are on time with doing that before they go to bed. And then if a guy needs extra, then they're doing that as well the day of. And I preach to our guys, making sure that you find time for your recovery and for you, because I tell our guys all the time, your body is your paycheck. Whether your paycheck is just a college scholarship for 4 years, or you are going on to play professionally. So you want to make sure that the engine is running properly. Doesn't matter what type of car you have, if your engine is not a well-oiled machine.